That was a lie.
What? Good for business, good for the American economy, good for families, too. Are you fucking killing me?
And I'm sure it's going to be good for police officers, too, in New York.
Well, police officers everywhere. This is not, see, the sad thing is it's not just a problem in New York City. It's a problem in Minneapolis. It's a problem in Chicago. They're having issues in San Francisco and Los Angeles. And I think Salt Lake may have an issue or two. Denver definitely is. And Phoenix and out there, Q, Amber, you guys. Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Arizona's facing a big part of it as well.
Yep. But before we go on there, let's listen in to see what Senator James Lankford from the state of Oklahoma has to say. Because there was some kerfuffle out there, people saying things that, oh, the bill wasn't really, it's not true. It's all full of bullshit. Let's just hear what our man Lankford has to say.
You're being commended for a lot of that, but I do, when I talk to those who are dead set opposed to it, even when you know this whole 5,000 average a day who come in and all of that, the fact of the matter is that 8 million got into this country illegally last year. At a minimum, this would reduce that to 2 million, so it's a hell of a lot better than 8 million. But that's if you just look at general numbers. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I would do a lot more of that because this 5,000 number has been a misnomer. It's been either misunderstood or deliberately misinterpreted on it. It's not counting 5,000 people in a day. It's not like at a carnival counting in 5,000 people.
We're actually closer to 4,000 average, right?
No, it actually shuts the border down entirely. Right. So the last 4 months, every single day but 7 in the last 4 months, we've had more than 5,000 people. That means every day in the last 4 months, we would have turned everyone around. It doesn't count 5,000 people in and then stops after that. When you hit a 5,000, you've got several weeks then that the border is closed to be able to regain a slower number and turns it around.
All I'm just saying.
That was a lie.
He is full of shit.
Dude.
Because from what I've read, it gives the president the opportunity just to close it down, but that still doesn't close it down because they could just go to the port of entry and get through.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Hold on, Skippy. Wait a minute. Okay, so the 5,000 number shuts it down to 0. That's what you heard him say, correct?
That's what Lankford has to say, yes.
Okay, 5,000 will shut it down.
What does the bill say, though, there, Scooter?
Oh, well, let's go back to the beginning of the bill. Okay, so here's what we're going to take a look at. So if you take a look at the beginning of the bill, it says that even if the activation of the Border Emergency Authority takes place, we still have to let in 1,400 inadmissible, aka illegal aliens, each calendar day, cumulatively across all Southwest land border ports of entry in a safe and orderly process. So it's never going to it's never going to 0.
So 2 things to take out of it. Number 1, like you just said, it's never going to go to 0. And number 2, for all you liberal fucks out there saying, oh, it's not nice calling them aliens. Well, it's in our damn text right here in our United States government. So shut the hell up.
Bingo. But, all right. So you get a little further into the text and you figure out, okay, so what Lankford was saying.
That was a lie.
Okay. So we go on. So they've got this little qualification, 4,000. That's their magic number, 4,000. Pay attention to this. It's called discretionary activation. The secretary may activate the Border Emergency Authority if during a 7-day consecutive calendar period, there's an average of 4,000 or more aliens encountered. Okay? What's 4 times 7? Anybody? Chat? Somebody want to tell me real quick?
4 times 7.
4 times 7.
That's too many illegal aliens. 28.
28 28,000, if it reaches, you've got to have 28,000 illegal aliens cross the border to be able to maybe, it says may, so they don't have to do it.
And that's encountered. Who's to say they want to encounter them then?
Well, hold on. Hold your horses.
I'm just saying.
Let's here's the deal. Here's the deal. Let's go through this a little bit further. So that's May. That's if they feel like it. They can shut the border down. Now, what Langford was talking about, that magic 5,000 number a day. Okay? Pay attention to the 5,000. Here's the deal. So the secretary shall, which means he has to do it, activate the Border Emergency Authority if during a period of 7 consecutive calendar days there is an average of 5,000 or more aliens who are encountered each day. You with me there?
Wow. I'm with you. So 35,000.
35. So he doesn't have to activate it if there's only 34,999 inadmissible illegal aliens that cross over the southern border. Because that would average out to less than 5,000 a day.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm on board with you.
You with me on this? All right.
I'm there.
Whose head's getting ready to explode? Bullshit. Cubella is right. Accounted for. Hold on. Accounting, and here's some really. This is some sexy stuff, some sexy language buried deep in the bill. Don't know if anybody is coming up with this, but here we go. Are you ready for it? Because I'm going to splash it down all over you, on your face and everywhere. It's going to be good. Here we go. So here's the deal. There's a limitation. Aliens described in subsection A to C from non-contiguous countries shall not be included in calculating the sum of aliens encountered.
Whoa, wait a minute. So you're telling me the fucking terrorists from Iran and all the Chinese don't get counted in this?
Nope.
Unfucking believable.
Jilly, welcome over on Facebook, beautiful. We're just having a wonderful time discussing the border bill and immigration. So hold on to your panties because this is a wild ride that we're on.
So you're telling me we could have in a calendar year, 1.82 million illegal aliens from contiguous countries, in addition to a plethora of everyone else that wants to come destroy a country from Iran, Russia, Iraq, anywhere else over in the Middle East.
Little trivia question here for everybody in the chat, everybody on Rumble, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all those places. Little trivia. Here we go. All right. The United States has how many countries on a contiguous border? Before you answer, think about that for just a second. Contiguous border to the United States. And what I'm going to do, here's the thing, because the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl this Sunday, and Slightly is going to be sending me a plethora of jerk-away beef chips because I won. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make those available to whoever gets this trivia question right. Mr. A, welcome. What's up, fucker? The trivia question, we're talking about the border, Mr. A. I'm giving you a trivia question. So here's what we do. The United States has what countries as a contiguous border? So go ahead and throw that out there if you have an answer.
Put it in chat. We'll see what we come up with.
We'll do the Inspector Gadget. Podfather, you got half of it right. Q.
We got a winner, I think.
Podfather. So he's going to be getting him some jerk away. The United States only has 2 countries that border us contiguously, Canada and Mexico.
Yeah. So, and not many people are coming from Canada, I'll tell you that.
Nope.
Only in the wintertime.
Well, see, that's an issue because Canada is actually, we're funneling Middle Easterners and Indians, Asian Indians, Southwest Asia, Pakistanis.
Not feather.
Not feather, not me. not
Yeah,
dot.
not feather.
Dots. Yep. Dots are coming through Canada because it's much easier. The problem is the people from the south don't want to find a way to get around to the north because it's too cold up there. They like the warmer climates till they get to New York. Yeah, shells, they're coming from fucking everywhere. But so
1.8 million from Mexico or Canada. Otherwise, our border is wide open to everybody else.
that's right. You're not counting them in that 7-day average. 7-day average. And you can have 34,999 people because it's underneath. And the border never shuts down because if you just remember, there is a little line in there that says we got to keep getting 1,400 of these people across a day.
Sounds like the United States government is going against the Constitution, and it's a free-for-all, and there's no laws.
You are correct. Ooh.
And why isn't the Supreme Court doing anything about this bullshit?
Well, number one, nobody has taken it to the Supreme Court. Number two, it's a uniparty up there, and they just want their money. They don't really care about what's going on in the 49 and 50 states out here that affect us on a daily basis. But let me.
Okay. Well, what about before you move on?
Yeah.
So we have all these liberals all jumping out of their panties because recently a court has said that Donald Trump is basically not protected and can be sued and prosecuted for crimes.
Right.
So when Biden gets out of the presidency, we can basically fucking put him in prison and hang him, or what? Or
I love the direction that you're going. Think about this. Here's the deal. Because if they strike immunity for Donald Trump for performing duties while he was president,
mm-hmm.
How many other living presidents do we have that are not in office?
I would guess about 5.
Nah, just 3. 3.
Okay.
We're down to
Clinton?
Carter. He's hanging on in hospice, but Bill Clinton and George
Obama.
George W. Oh, 4. Yeah. George Obama, Bush.
No, 5.
Clinton,
Carter, and Carter.
That's 4.
No, there's 5. Carter, Bush.
Oh, Trump
Clinton,
too. You're right.
Obama and Trump.
5. So here's the deal. So they strike down immunity for President Trump. You know what that means for the other 4? No immunity.
Right.
We just, you know what? You can take him to a federal court. The beautiful thing is I could take him to the federal court here in the state of Oklahoma because we have a federal court here. And it's not a liberal judge. He's a conservative judge. So bada bing, bada boom.
That's the thing, because all of America, every single American in this country, I mean, we could get together a class action lawsuit and sue the fuck out of this guy because he is affecting everyday Americans by not enforcing border laws.
Well, the border laws already exist. As a matter of fact, border laws, they revamped them in 1956. And since then, they've updated and amended to change the number of things like H-1B visas that we can hand out, work programs for foreigners that want to come in here for the tech industry and work because we don't have smart enough people in the United States to do technical jobs. Or see, it's kind of feast or famine. We've either got to get them to do the high level Google shit or pick the rotten vegetables out of the farms. There's no in between. So
there's not. No.
Yeah. So, but
anyways,
before we completely walk away from this border security bill that now I am hopeful that nobody's going to vote for this shit and they're not going to try to bring it up again. One last thing to bring up here. So don't know why they did it, but they snuck this in here in a general statement. So if the president finds that it is in the national interest to temporarily suspend the Border Emergency Authority, the president may direct the secretary to suspend use of the Border Emergency Authority on an emergency basis.
Well, it's kind of already going on now there, Scooter. I mean, that's why Mayorkas isn't doing a damn thing.
Well, but dude, this is just a big money laundering scam. We want to be able to send $60 billion to the Ukraine to keep them quiet so they're not going to tattle on Biden and all of the one percenters that are sitting there in D.C. and on the East Coast. So we're going to say it's border security. We're going to tell you that, yeah, this is really going to happen, but we're going to put the shit in here that says that, you know what, it really doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. And, you know, I hope Republicans stand their ground, get rid of this trash bill. And in addition, you know what? You know, the Democrats are going to come up with another bill that just focuses on Israel and Ukraine.
Yep.
And I hope the Republicans also trash that bill. I really do.
They better. Well, we can't even get
up with it.
We can't even get Mayorkas impeached, who committed crimes. He did not follow the fucking law. We had 3 holdouts, but I like the strategy that they've got going on there, because here's the deal. They had one guy flip his vote who was a conservative so that they could reintroduce the impeachment proceedings at a future date. So not a bad strategy. Not a bad strategy at all. So
and if there was any defense for Mayorkas, and I don't like the guy.
He's a jackass.
But all his defense has to be is I'm just following the orders of the commander in chief.
Well, exactly, and that's what it's always going to be. And then we'd have grounds to impeach Dickhead right off the top. So will he throw Biden under the bus? And will it happen closer to the election? When it turns out that Biden may not have a snowball's chance in hell to get reelected, will they sacrifice Biden to get him out of there and try to pull some kind of a surprise? Michelle Obama.
I think it's getting to be too close to where they're not going to be able to.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else that wants to jump up?
Seems to have a hard on for Michelle Obama being president, huh?
Michelle has a hard on, so. Oh, sorry. That's not what you were talking. Okay, sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Doesn't happen. She'll let everything get fucked up too.
Yes, Piccoli.
You need somebody who's got a set of fucking balls, man. This is a
some
bunch
pelotas,
of bullshit.
some cojones,
Some huevos.
Or a big set of tits. Fucking, you know, man, we got to go back to the.
Well, Joan Rivers is not talking.
Shit.
All right, one at a time, ladies and gentlemen. One at a time. Anyway, go ahead. It's all yours, slightly. I'm just gonna search. I'm surfing porn right now, so y'all have fun.
I also want to bring up a little bit something fun. So, have you seen the new Apple goggles?
No.
I've seen the Apple goggles with people driving Tesla trucks, and like that's weird to me.
Right. So they're $3,500 a pair.
Yep.
And basically, I guess they're just a computerized screen and I don't know, VR and all that bullshit. But
I mean,
it's unbelievable.
if I can order Chinese food off them motherfuckers, I'd be down.
Take those glasses. The problem. Take those stupid fucking glasses off and open your eyes and look at the fucking problems going on.
Joan Rivers is talking for a
very
reason,
good, Spicoli. I agree. It's a great diversion. Because life is so fucked up. They're trying to give you glasses to focus on virtual reality.
Fuck virtual reality. That's the problem. Why they have that and all the what is that other shit? IR or some bullshit.
AI.
VR, yeah.
Fuck that shit, man. This fucking world is becoming, I swear. Which one? I was watching y'all on YouTube, but this kid next door came over with some food, man, and fucked me all up.
Food will do that to you. Food will do that to you.
Was it American food? What kind of food was it?
Oh, it's Greek food.
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a shit what kind of food you like, what kind of women you like, what kind of men you like. fucking man, just fuck,
Oh,
man. These
motherfucker.
motherfuckers, y'all got me fucking wound the fuck up.
Well, that's what America needs to be doing,
Well,
is getting wound the fuck up.
Yeah. And wake the fuck up. Like,
Well, get ready to be wound up some more, because like when CNN had its epic meltdown about Tucker Carlson interviewing Vladimir Putin, it kind of sounded like Aaron Burnett was saying, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. But I think they seem to have a sudden case of amnesia or selective memory about what happened to Joy Reid. I guess they must have not got the memo. But what I will say here is that those so-called journalists on CNN and MSNBC and Fox, they're just nothing more than paid actors and actresses getting paid to read a script.
Wasn't it Barbara Walters? Didn't Barbara Walters interview what's that dude?
Putin and
no,
and she's
not
also
Putin.
Castro.
Castro.
And she also interviewed
She got to live.
Hugo Chavez.
Yeah, she got to live for a while.
Well, here's
Well,
the
that's
funny
at least
thing.
you-
So
that-
I
that
was
ain't
watching.
fucking bad. You
I
go
was
over there and
listening
interview
to
the
a
fucking
program
enemy,
earlier.
Find out some shit. Fuck, it's better than go around and fucking wearing some stupid fucking glasses, driving an electric car.
hang on there, Spicoli. Hold on, brother.
Millions of dollars to a fucking country. Fuck those motherfuckers over there.
Exactly.
They don't fucking help us.
Whoa, rein it in there.
How many countries have we sent money to and they turned their backs on us?
Every single fucking one of them. All right. Hold
Thank you.
hold on, Spicoli.
So I was watching a program earlier.
Yes.
And you know how CNN likes to cut off Donald Trump when he's talking, or when in his victory speech in Iowa, they cut him off, and basically you could hear him underneath the voice of the personality that was on CNN.
Right.
So apparently, recently, the Chinese media have cut off CNN, and it goes to
Sweet.
Chinese.
Back in the day, it goes to those different color pixels, and it just says.
Well,
Yep. Test pattern.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah,
Seemed
that's
like it.
exactly what they did to CNN.
and I'm going to
thought that was
remind friends
fantastic.
of what Gilda Radner used to call Barbara Walters, Baba Wawa.
What does
Well.
that mean?
That was like a skit on Saturday Night Live back during the not ready for primetime players era when the show began. But that show, we know it's unwatchable now.
So just showing clout. She was casting shadows, basically.
Throwing shade. That's it. Well,
Throwing
Barbara,
shade. There we go. Casting shadows, throwing shade.
If-
Makes me
if-
sound old.
okay,
whatever.
so if you guys want to read a really good book, if you enjoyed 58 Shades of Gray, did I get that right? Is that
50 Shades of Grey.
50
that
Shades?
has nothing to do with politics. Everything to
No,
do with sex,
hold
but okay.
on, hold on. If you want a good
Which one of y'all
read,
has the gray beard?
what the fuck?
Which one of y'all has the gray beard?
Dude,
You
it's
were
Scooter.
around in the 80s, 90s. Shit
Oh.
wasn't fucked up back then.
I was around in the 70s, dude, in the
I keep
60s.
shaving, I don't know.
I've been
I
around.
was around the 70s too, man. I'm just saying, you know what the fuck I mean.
I hear you,
Shit got
brother.
really fucked up.
I hear you, but like I was saying, if you want to read a good book, man, go out and get Barbara Wawa's biography, because she slept her way to the fucking top. She tells you about, it's like Madonna's book about doing anal with Rodman. She's got that kind of level of detail in there, and it's salacious, and I think it would give 50 Shades of Grey a run
It's
for
called
its.
Audition.
Yeah, whatever. She blew Cronkite and some other folks. Fucking amazing.
Did she enjoy it at least?
I don't think she cared. She got the big contract. What? It's a little dick sucking for a lot of money. I don't know.
Yeah. It sounds
50
familiar,
bucks.
doesn't it,
And,
Kamala? If you're listening.
And I mean, and look at the train wreck that The View is now, because the time The View I felt like was the best when they had Meredith Vieira, Star Jones, Debbie McNopolis, and Lisa Ling, but with Whoopi and Joy and those other, ladies that are full of hot air. I mean, the show is just unwatchable. It's no longer interesting.
And you know what I saw recently is Ice Cube go on, and he said, he tried to get on The View, but The View didn't want him because he had political views that they were not a company to.
Exactly.
So that just
Aw.
goes to show you that they're 100% for the regime and nothing but.
Well, they're propaganda. Yeah, they're not a talk show. They're straight propaganda. That's what they do. They've got to get a message out. They get their talking points before the show, and they say, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the virus, and everybody needs to get a jab and how great the jab is. Don't call attention to everybody that's just kind of fallen over on television news sets all over the place because they got the jab and now they're dead, which, you know, it's the way it works. So
That's how it goes, doesn't it?
Everybody just shut the fuck up. What the fuck is going on in here?
Everybody got all quiet all of a sudden. What's going on?
Jab too.
I started talking about Jeff. Oh, I got a little side note.
Let's talk about Tucker Carlson and why he's not going to be allowed back into the United States because of his interview with Vladimir Putin.
Well, hang on, Q, because
wait.
I've got that question for you. But before we walk away completely from this wonderful border security bill that the Republicans and the Democrats came up with together, such a kumbaya moment, I forgot to mention one thing. One thing that was in that bill is the fact that we can still sell enriched uranium to the Federation of Russia.
Do we really? Is Russia really a bad guy though? Do we think Russia's the bad guy?
No, they just have all those ex-KBG members and
Okay, so here's the deal. Russia is neither good nor bad. It's like Schrodinger's cat. You got a fucking cat in a box. You do not know whether it's dead or alive. Russia is in the box. You do not know whether they are good or bad until they show you by actions what they're going to do. So far, they haven't really done anything to tell us that they're bad guys trying to conquer the world. The other thing that
broke.
Well, they are broke. Ronald Reagan he took them out by making them spend money on getting ready for World War III that never happened. So good on Ronnie.
I would worry more about Iran than I would Russia.
Bingo.
I don't care what y'all have to say. My whole thing with Putin is he's trying to show us what the fuck our government has to do, aka being Biden and the Hunter with the biolabs in Ukraine, the sex trafficking, all that shit. And guess what? All the money that's been laundered to Ukraine is Hunter Biden's dealings with that country. All of that shit, it's being sent under the fucking radar because it's bad dealings. It's bad dealings. And Zelensky's gonna tell fucking Biden, hey, keep sending the money because we know what your son did. Like, that's what it is.
Well, it's not just what Hunter did. It's not just what Hunter did. It's also what Biden did.
What the father did, yeah.
And it's not just what.
Well, the same thing.
Yeah, it's not just Biden.
Everything under the name of the big guy.
Yeah, but
right?
it's also John Kerry and Mitt Romney and Mitt Romney's family and Nancy Pelosi and her family. Because nobody ever mentions the fact, and I don't know if they're scared of Nancy Pelosi, but her son was also dealing with Burisma over in the Ukraine. So they have a lot of documentation about shit that's going on in this fucking, it's like the sixth crime family.
And
Not
you know
to
who
mention
her nephew is,
who
right?
is running fucking California.
You know who her nephew
they
is?
do sex trafficking.
Gavi.
Mr. Governor Newsom.
Gavi, yeah.
Might want to run for president soon.
It's a fucking nepotistic, twisted society. Ha!
Well, and I think the whole Ukraine thing, I like this Dude Man podcast with Frank and Mike, and one of them does a Zelensky impression that I absolutely am really tickled by, like, no money, no peace. And let's not forget Joe Biden said, well, son of a bitch, they fired the prosecutor.
Well, exactly, because he asked for a quid pro quo. You want money? Get rid of this guy who's investigating the company my son works for, because we can't have any of that crap come out. So,
well, you heard that Joe talked to somebody who's been dead for 30 years, right?
I know. Francois Mitterrand in France, the president who's been dead forever. But, you know, Bumbling Joe ran the plans by Francois, and Francois said, yeah, that's a good deal. Do it. Do it. Fuck it. Do it. It's amazing.
Well, and then Devin Archer and Tony Bobolinsky, spoke out against Hunter Biden, but But what does the media say about them? They're not credible. They even say Tara Reid and Juanita Broderick are not credible. But if you listen to Christine Blasey Ford go after Brett Kavanaugh or E. Jean Carroll go after Donald Trump, they're extremely credible. You got to believe those lying bitches.
Damn, Podfather is on it. Go Podfather.
But you know, like Paula Jones and Juanita Broderick and Tara Reid and Tony Bobolinsky and Devin Archer, like, fuck those bitches and guys. Don't listen to them.
Exactly. Jennifer Flowers. I mean, there is a whole
And
list.
Kathleen Willie.
What about what's the MSNBC show with Nikita, whatever the fuck her name is, and the blonde-headed guy? Come on, Podfather, help me out here.
I don't watch MSLSD because
Yeah.
who would want to watch Rachel Maddow and Joy Reid just tripping on acid?
Barf.
Well, that's true, but I mean, they steal snippets and they show them everywhere else because these morons, the guy that hosts the show in the mornings on MSNBC, mornings with, I don't even know who the hell it is anymore.
Maddow?
No.
Joe Scarborough.
Scarborough.
And Mika Brzezinski.
Yeah, Natasha and Boris. Scarborough actually was a Republican. He was a congressman. The reason why he's no longer in Congress is because a woman mysteriously died.
Like Obama's chef? Okay.
Like Obama,
or
yes.
Chandra Levy and Gary Condit. Let's not forget about them.
Yeah, but
If we were to talk about every single mysterious death, we would be here for a fucking year.
that's true, and we're running out of time, so
Mm-hmm.
we're not going to do that. But it just goes to show you that these fucking weasel bastards are everywhere at the top, and they're clawing to stay there. So they're going to do whatever they have to do. They're going to tell whatever lie needs to be told to make sure that they can still keep their hand in the till, get their little sugar and honey, and walk away.
Which makes me wonder why Trump is being dismantled. Why is he being dismantled since he came down that escalator?
Well,
We could get another clown like Michael Dukakis to drive around in a tank
yeah.
with some
Hey, Mikey was.
reality glasses on. And
You know, and I think I apologize, but I think it was summed up like this. I don't know if it was Trump or somebody else. It's not Trump that they're after. It's us that they're after. But the problem is Trump is just standing in their way.
See,
And he said that from the beginning. Yes.
that is a great summation, and the thing you gotta realize is that Trump started to peel back the layers to show us the corruption that existed, and like any fucking evil entity will do, it scrambled to fucking hide itself again. Because you talk about deep state, it's there. It is there. It exists, and we have to deal with it every day. I have to deal with it with the Medicare folks because you don't have a doctor giving us information about drugs or appointments. You've got a fucking bureaucrat, a GS9, making $50,000 of my money in their pocket saying, oh, no, you can't have this drug because we don't want you to have it. It's life-giving.
And you also, like we've mentioned tonight, you see it in the immigration. What's going on with immigration? It's very clear and plain to see.
are you kidding?
It really is.
Don't.
They just think we're stupid. We're just a bunch of hicks.
Speaking of immigration, do we honestly believe that these millions of people that have crossed, a million people that have crossed since October, just less than 6 months ago, what are these people actually going to do and serve for our country? The people that are letting them across, what is it that they are going to do for the people that have let them across illegally?
They're going to kill us.
Or is it fight? Okay.
They're going to kill us.
Fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
they're already doing it.
How
They're
stupid
already.
do they think that we fucking are?
Free trip
How
to
stupid are
India.
we?
Well, we've let 8 million in since Biden's been in office, so we're pretty fucking
You're
stupid.
kidding. Are you? Is that an accurate number?
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
8 million. So actually, if you think about 1 million since October, you think it's probably more than 8 million in the last 4 years.
No, that's including the 4 months leading up to February. The number is 8 million and some change. Now, here's what we've got to do. We've got to get entrenched locally, ladies and gentlemen. Q, you and Amber need to you need to fucking start getting involved there in that
But
beautiful.
they're not even coming to our state. They're going to Chicago. And then where are they going from there?
Well,
They're going through.
Where are they going? From
but
Chicago.
here's the deal. No. From a grassroots, you need to get Carrie Lake, or you need to get somebody with some real balls, not Gallego and
Josh Hawley,
fucking not Hobbs over there. You need to get them out. You need to get somebody who will do something for your state. All right. And Shells, I'm counting on you and Slightly to get together. You've got a fucking this Democrat Secretary of State you've got over there. This is just beyond madness and insanity. He needs to go.
well,
I agree.
and Nevada's also got a U.S. Senate election this year. Jackie Rosen knows she's in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know why we have to make it so hard to get somebody out of office.
Well-
I mean, just fucking take a vote, man. It doesn't have to be all. They make things so difficult. Oh, the machine has to do this. The thing has to do this. No, man. Here's a fucking piece of paper. Go write yours. You're out, motherfucker. Somebody else is gonna get in. You know.
but
They
I
make
really hope in my conspiratorial minds, in my conspiracy theoristic minds,
yes.
that there is someone on the good side at the helm of all of this chaos that is actually directing these immigrants not to work for the bad guys, but to work for the good guys. I hope that our good military personnel is bringing these people in and training them for the event that the bad guys are actually hoping that these people coming across the border will fight for them, but they'll actually fight for us. Like, you look at France, we have all the police in France that actually took down arms and stood with the people of France and said, no, we're not going to continue in this effort to keep the shit going, and we're going to actually move forward in a good step. Like, but it's wishful thinking, right? It's wishful thinking. But at what point do people, okay, so we're letting these people in. Why would they hate us so much to kill us? If we're letting them in, and they're free money, free home, free lodge, credit cards, phones provided. Okay, for a vote.
But okay,
Really?
No, they're
For a
gonna
fucking vote?
hate on American citizens. They're gonna, because they have no way of making any additional income. So all they know is criminal activity.
right.
They're going
So they're
to
being
rob
told
you.
to
They're
come
going to
over, and I'll give
burglarize
you all of this,
stores.
and all you have to do is vote for me.
So here's the okay. So think of it from this dynamic. Right now, I think you understand that the United States is divided in two camps. You've got people who want everyone to follow the rules and do the right thing. We want migrants to come in legally through the legal ports at any border that we have. We want our government to spend our money, because the government doesn't make money. They call it revenue, but it's not revenue. It comes from us. We want them to spend our money as a good steward to take care of us. You've got the other half that thinks we should just give everything to everybody. And you've got these migrants that are coming in, and they're going to target that half that is going to want them to earn their own keep. And that's you and me and Slightly and just about everybody that's listening in here, except maybe Dose.
Everything for nothing, but my kid can't go to college for free, but you're going to send people across the fucking border and they can get schooling for free? How in a right mind, if someone was, how are we going to believe that that's true?
Right. Well,
Why would they believe that that's true? They can't
because they're
be
being
naive
told
to know
so.
what's actually happening within our fucking borders. Why would they come across the border and believe us? Why would they fucking believe anything that we gotta fucking say?
Well, you talk to them before
There's
they come
gotta be a
over.
bigger
They know
picture.
they're going to get free shit. That's why they're coming.
So it starts on the local level. That's where it all starts. You got to get everybody in your local level and then up through the fucking county and so on. But you can't get everybody to fucking pitch in. it's hard, man. I don't know what the answer is, or say how to organize everyone to rally together.
Yeah.
Speaking of organized, Scooter, why is it that the left is able to organize and put into action like in the blink of an eye?
It's simple. It's simple. It's a risk reward proposition. So here's the deal: you go out and you just start handing out money to people. So you have a group of 50 people. Say, here's what we're going to do. We're going to canvass this neighborhood. I want you to go pick up all of these ballots from all of these old people. Here's $10. Every ballot you bring back to me, I'm going to give you another $10 on top of that. You're going to get about half of those people that'll actually go out and do it. The other half are just going to take that $10 and they're going to go buy some meth or crack or something and call it a day. That's how they organize so fast.
So why can't the right do the same thing?
Because the right has an innate moral quality where we expect people to work. And so you try to qualify the people that you're going to send out to do that. Now, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should just hand out money and say, here, go do this and hope for the best. It's the spaghetti on the wall.
Well, because what we're doing now is not working.
No, okay, but the other side of the coin is you got those folks sitting up at that level like Ronna McDaniel, Romney, who's thinking, I don't really want that to happen because I want to keep the status quo because the money coming in is still good. How much does that woman make off of being the Republican national chairwoman? I'm just curious. Does anybody know?
And she's probably using that money to go and eat steak every night.
Oh, hell yeah. And buying flowers. They published the budget. I saw this on Twitter.
She initially made $123,000 in 2017.
Okay. You know what?
That's without all the backdoor money that she receives from whomever.
Okay, so that's just it. See, here's the deal. Most positions like that have a little commission structure built into it. So if you raise $10 million, you get $1 million. Or if you raise $50 million, then you're going to get $5 million. I mean, that's the way you grease the wheels at that level. So she liked that money coming in, and she would raise it when, things started looking kind of weird. But she never put energy or time into doing what the people wanted. Those
right.
Dumb fucks down at the bottom.
Because the people didn't pay her pocketbook.
Exactly. And that's why.
Give them an incentive, money.
But it's how it should be. The people are supposed to be. It's ass backwards.
Well, no,
fucking asswards.
No, not really. Because here's the deal. Because most of the people that you run into, they expect to be treated bad. So when some guy comes into Baltimore, Maryland, and starts talking with the silver tongue and saying, "I'm gonna fix everything here. I'm gonna take care of everybody." It's going to be great. We're going to have great schools and everything. You just have to elect me, get me to Washington. I'm going to take care of you. He gets elected. He goes to Washington, and then he just shits all over his Baltimore constituents in the name of whatever fucking BLM civil rights shit. Yeah, is got going on. And that's what the Democrats do. And it's so funny because you've got all these dyed-in-the-wool Democrats are like, oh man, I can't stand Trump. I hate Trump and everything. But I'm living in the hood, and the police won't respond to the gunshots in the middle of the night because you know what? The infrastructure in this little town that I live in sucks so bad because the guy that we elected to do the job ain't going to do his job. He's eating shrimp and steak in Washington, D.C. That's the way it is.
That's how it goes.
Shit, come live over here in my city. You fucking hear machine guns going off, shotguns. It's all night, man. Fucking panic.
Well, if you live in California, you can go on a shoplifting spree to Walgreens or CVS and just walk out without paying for it, and the police won't come and arrest those bastards because basically you could say California has legalized crime.
Well, they have, and the neat thing is that you can go do that, and you can even go into the high-end stores in Beverly Hills.
If a good Samaritan shoots and kills a shoplifter, they go to jail.
They do, or if they injure a shoplifter, you can sue the Good Samaritan for impeding your theft and get a lot of money from them.
Pretty sure Portland, Oregon proved that.
That's where if you're gonna
Portland.
pull your gun out and shoot, don't let the motherfucker live, because that way you're gonna hear some shit from that individual.
Well, see, the problem is, even though you shoot and you kill that
Other than
motherfucker,
that, I'm just being honest.
no, you're being very honest. But the problem is, then the fucking, then the roaches come out of the roaches come out of the
Just go
fucking.
debate from topic to topic to top. I mean, it's all fucked up, man. I don't know what the answer is.
It is, but here's the deal. Okay, so Daniel Penny up in New York City, on a subway, Jordan Neely starts spouting shit saying he's going to kill people in this subway car. Daniel Penny and 2 other innocent bystanders take down Jordan Neely. They incapacitate him. Daniel Penny happens to put him in a chokehold.
The Marine?
Yes.
Okay.
The Marine in New York City that had to pay $100,000 bail to get out of jail.
Bullshit, because he saved lives, but okay.
But he saved lives.
He's supposed to be a good Samaritan.
And here is the crux of the situation. Jordan Neely, even though he had a long record, 29 felonies on his record, he was known to the police because he was not a good person. He kidnapped a 14-year-old girl, held a pregnant lady, kind of like George Floyd, held a pregnant lady.
Exactly like George Floyd. But guess what? That motherfucker was held on a fucking pedestal because he died from fentanyl.
Yep.
Bullshit.
And there's a commonality right there, because Jordan Neely died from drug overdose, not from the chokehold from Daniel Penny. But now the Neely family is coming after Penny in a civil action. They're going to sue him, and the state of New York, the jury that they put in place, are going to write him an $83 million check, just like they did for E. Jean Carroll, because justice is dead.
They should have took that shit up to federal court for the federal judge to laugh at him and be like, nah, you're beneath me. Send that shit back to civil and have the people deal with it. That is bullshit. That was a ploy. That was a cover up for whatever the fuck was going on whenever George Floyd was being held under the knee, and there was something else going on. It's a false flag. That whole shit was a fucking false flag. False fucking flag.
Well, I mean, you have 2 different standards. It's obvious. I mean, you have the George Floyd situation, and then you had the cop that shot an unarmed woman in January 6th who never got charged with murder.
It should go by your criminal history, who you are as a human being, how you conduct yourself.
I'm not racist by any means, but if he was white, it would have been different.
If you're the
on January 6th, if that cop was white and the woman was black, that cop would be in prison for murder.
He'd be gone. He'd be under the fucking Congress building.
Yeah.
Yep.
No doubt about it.
And you're right in what you said, but that shit doesn't change. It'll remain that way. And it's
not to switch topics on you guys.
Yep.
But I know we only have a few minutes left. I want to get my little venting out about Taylor Swift again this week. So Taylor apparently has a young man that's in college, and apparently he's been tracking her flights and broadcasting it to everybody to let people know where she's at and where she's traveling to.
Right.
So she's filed, her attorneys have filed a lawsuit against him.
Yep.
Basically a cease and desist. And in the meantime, she is selling one of her private jets. So if if you got about $7 million lying around, it's a jet she purchased for about $40 million back in 2011, and yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, she can sell that one because she has another one. She's got a Dassault Falcon 7X, which is worth about $54 million.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to throw you a curve here with Taylor Swift.
Okay.
All right.
She's gonna dump Kelsey as soon as he loses the Super Bowl.
He's gonna win the Super Bowl, but she's gonna dump him anyway. She is
Niners for life, baby.
no, no. I'm in love with Brock Purdy, but no, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
I'm not in
Chiefs.
love with any of them, but I believe that Taylor Swift is a witch, and she has.
Now hold
brought
on. Now,
the
how
Chiefs
many?
up to a pinnacle?
Q.
13. Look at the number 13. Look at the number 13. How
Oh
many
boy, here we
times
go.
that
13.
service is.
I've heard
Cute.
this somewhere
Okay.
before.
Gonna dip his dong in her ass and leave her.
Q. Let me just ask you this question: how many of you out there really enjoyed and liked Toby Keith?
And why is
I
it that
did
his
when I
death
was
has
younger.
not been as publicized as
Well-
Beyonce's fucking cowboy outfit at the Grammys?
Be-
Let's talk about that shit.
because Toby Keith was a regular guy.
Wait a minute. Was Beyonce white facing?
No, no.
Well, Toby
She-
Keith was brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
Okay, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. Toby Keith had a difficult time getting signed in Nashville, Tennessee. He worked his ass off to become a country music artist, and he didn't buy into the he didn't
He
buy
wasn't
into the
paid for.
he didn't buy into the mainstream country and western fucking bullshit. But here's the deal. Taylor Swift came to Nashville when she was 17 years old, moved down there, went to school, and
CAA looked at her as a fucking potential operative, but if you don't look at Jesse Waters,
anyway, Toby Keith, when nobody else would give Taylor Swift the time of day and sign her to any kind of a contract, get her music recorded,
just like Justin Bieber until
Toby Keith signed her. Toby Keith gave her her start. She's been eternally grateful. I'm still waiting for her to acknowledge that Toby's gone.
She hasn't said a word.
Not yet. Maybe she did it in private. Maybe she called Toby's daughter or something. But
she hasn't needed to because her fan base hasn't fallen off.
well, Toby got her started, and the if you listen to some of the conversations she has about Toby Keith, she genuinely likes him. So she can't.
I would like a dead guy too.
No, she's liked him pretty much all of her career, even when she switched from country to mainstream pop. And
Do we know how Toby died? How did Toby die?
Toby had stomach cancer. Toby passed
Stomach cancer.
from the issues of the the chemotherapy and everything else that was going on with him. But anyway.
But his music legacy will live on.
Oh, it will. It will. He'll be like Chris Ledoux. He will be. I mean, there's some folks out there that you may not have ever heard of that are amazing musicians. So, anyway, we're gonna have to wrap this up. Love to hang out here forever.
You're gonna have to wrap it up like a Mexican tamale.
Well, Scooter, SPANKY and Jester will be back on Saturday, right?
You didn't have in the 80s, right? Wrap it up.
Hey, now speaking of Saturday, and we're gonna try to fill the box here. I hadn't brought this up to you slightly, but I'm gonna try to throw you into this mix. So Saturday, Super Bowl pre-party, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time with the Beans and Weenie Show is doomed. We're going to be riding along with Mayor Crazy, and Crazy Town is sponsoring the Super Bowl trivia this week. There may be prizes involved.
Oh, nice.
So it is going to be quite the extravaganza. Please mark your calendars. Show up Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. It's going to be best if you go to Rumble, as long as Rumble will stay up, or Facebook, because we're going to give you some nice hints and some beautiful packaging or gifts. Sorry, my alarm went off, so I gotta.
Will it be on Podbean?
Deal with that. It'll be on Podbean, certainly. But and with that, Slightly, I'm going to let you run this out.
Well, it's been a great show. I hope everybody joins us next Wednesday night, same time, same place, and all that good stuff. If you care to follow me, go over to Slightly Serious over on Twitter. You'll get to see all my rant and raves if you can't wait till next Wednesday. But next Wednesday, Scooter, I think we should talk about some woke kindergarten. What do you think?
I think you are correct. That story freaked me out.
Oh yeah. You think it's too young? Your kids are too young to be indoctrinated into the woke
Talking about
culture. Wait for next Wednesday.
The kindergarten teacher.
Thanks for having me up, fellas.
Teacher that was teaching her kids the fucking Usher lyrics because he's at the Super Bowl. What are we talking about, kindergarten?
Thanks for
Join
having me
us
up,
next
fellas.
Wednesday and find out.
Spicoli, love you. Message in the chat. Thanks for coming and joining us, brother.
Well, Scooter, it's been a pleasure. I can't wait till we see you next week. And what were you going to say to people? You were going to mention something to me. We're going to be putting something out there on the weekend or something like that.
That is correct. We're going to be doing an actual podcast between you and I. We're gonna go more in depth on some of these subjects. So be on the lookout because James and Scooter we're gonna fill your head with knowledge. That's all I can say.
There you go. Where's that going to be available there, Scooter?
We're working the details out. Don't put me on the fucking spot. You fucker. Jeez. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you. Everybody come back next Wednesday and be there Saturday night as well.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. See you next week.
Ciao.
Like